Let's go to Dr. Riverson Oppong, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the COMAC. COMAC is the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies. Doc, thank you so much for speaking to us. Maybe let me start from the OMC side. How concerned you are about where the price of crude is on the international market? I think the last time I checked on Bloomberg, it was 107 or so. Probably changed before we came on air. Where are the OMCs on the price, and how concerned are you about where the price is headed?
Thank you, Bernard. I think from the from the OMC side, indeed, we are the last player as far as the transactional or the commercial transactions concerned. For traders to sell to BDCs, BDCs to sell to us, and we are the intermediary between every trading arm and the consumer. In all this, we do have a pass-through cost, no doubt. Okay, so whatever price we buy from the BDCs, we will surely sell it at the pumps. But what is very worrying, and I'll say it emphatically, is when there are huge price differentials at the trading level. Okay, we operate in a 2 weeks window pricing and selling windows simultaneously. So this week we have a pricing window which will be ending most likely on Wednesday or Thursday, and the selling window will start from the 16th in the country. Every product that has been imported was imported at the price prior to this war. So when you have BDCs increasing prices to the OMCs, that's to our members, that's very worrying. You know, even though the chamber had predicted, which was a fact, we had predicted 2 to 3% increase of fuel prices already, even before this war. That was fine. But to move from 7 to 9, and this morning I have some of my members complain to me that have been selling at 10. Within a selling window, that is not acceptable. Nobody imported crude oil products at the time when this war has started, you know. But this is what we are seeing today. And I'm very happy with the way MPA has been very proactive. Regardless of whatever the government can do to support us, probably taking off some levies or giving us some waivers. This operational or transactional arm also needs to be taken care of. And it's so wrong. We should not be taking advantage of whatever is happening globally to affect our prices within a selling window, which is ending on the 15th of March. So
explain to us the cycle in terms of when do BDCs lift and bring to port, and how soon should what is happening in the Middle East realistically affect their pricing? Because the war started, I think, a week ago, if not.
Yeah. So, Bernard, if you remember very well, you and I, we all know economics very well. You remember very well that this is not the first part of this war. Okay. Last year, when Israel bombed Iran, there was about 3 days price hike, and it did not have any effect on Ghana. It did not have any negative effect on Ghana. And I'll say this because of the way we do our selling and pricing window. As we speak today, BDCs are pricing OMCs against the next window. For this window, we set up from the 1st March to the 15th, had been priced prior to re-entering this particular bi-weekly window. Did you get it? So, if there should be any effect of pricing based on how payment or pricing are made by the IOTCs to the BDCs, it should take effect from the 16th of March. And this is where we see the price going up in the country. But that artificial hauling of product, artificial increase, preferential selling by the BDCs is what we are discussing now, because it is not organic. It's against the pricing policy we have in this country. And we need to be careful, because otherwise the government can say, I'm taking away this tax, but still our BDCs are going to make things difficult for us.
So which means that the MPA ought to be clear to the BDCs that the attempt to cash in on the war is an unfair market practice.
Correct, Bernard. And that's what MPA is doing. I had a call with, I've had a chat with Abbas and the team, and I believe that we should stop this. Otherwise, we at the OMC's level will be forced to sell, to increase our price this week, which is not the right thing to do.
Good. Now, in terms of strategically Ghana's position in this global geopolitics, where do the OMCs... So you buy your oil from BDCs direct, right? Is it possible
Correct.
for you to change some of that with Dangote's coming on stream in Nigeria? The question I'm asking is, of course, the BDCs will live from everywhere, but now that there's a big refinery next door to us, how does that change the economics of OMCs in Ghana in terms of where they buy their finished product from?
All right, so Bernard, that's a very beautiful question. See, no matter where you get a product from, international benchmark prices will prevail. Dangote will not sell to you at a price cheaper than how much he will sell to China or even its own internal market. The advantage you have has to do with your freight cost. All right, your freight cost might be lower than importing from Europe because of distance. All right, so your premium will be lower, no doubt. This is the advantage you have because it's closer to you. And that is why I've kept on saying that we do not envisage any imminent fuel shortage in the country because of where our fuel comes from. Our fuel comes from the western corridors of the energy market and also Dangote. We have been receiving product from Dangote through some IOTCs. Remember that the IOTCs are the traders who trade with the BDCs. All right. So indeed, that arm of the commercial segment is taken care of. However, with price, we are surely going to face it. We cannot run away from the international hikes in terms of pricing that is coming on our way. Unlike somewhere in Pakistan, in India, even in Australia, people are queuing with jerrycans to buy fuel in Australia because they depend solely on the Middle East, whereas we don't. They are affected by availability and affordability, whereas we are going to face affordability issue in the coming days.
Let's talk about strategic choices the government has to make in terms of refining its own crude. This is not, I'm asking you this as an energy expert, not based on a position of COMAC, all right? Common sense tells me that if you produce some oil, you should refine some of it in your own country, all right? And I hear people say Tor will work and that type of thing, but it's taking us years. Why has it been difficult for that to happen? I'm told that Tor is doing some refining, but I'm not even sure if they are refining oil from Jubilee, from the interview I just had before you. And I wonder, is there something I'm missing? Is oil as complicated as you people make it seem? Because for me, it's common sense. You produce some oil. If you want to, if you don't want to be a victim of international wars, refine some of it in your country. It's common sense, right? But it's every day there's a lot of English, and I'm not even sure what they are saying.
Exactly so, Bernard. You see, 2018, I made a paper on this same topic you are discussing. It's so unfortunate that it's only when wars happen that we have this discussion. It should be a continuous discussion until the government does it. You understand? War betides us if Europe says that now their gas prices are going up. So now they're going to use their diesel for power generation. We are doomed. That's the only trigger I'm waiting for to announce that we're going to have shortages of fuel. And until that, we don't have it. But it might be a case because Europe is now crying because of gas price. Now see this. You are saying that we have our own crude oil, we produce it. But Bernard, let's face fact. The crude oil you're producing does not belong to you. Face fact.
No, not all of it. Some of it.
It's only 13% that belongs to you from the Jubilee. Now, I did an analysis with we or Tor refining that part that belongs to the country. the economic benefit, the socio-economic impact was enormous. We're just waiting for any government to be bold enough to say that let's have our national assets, or even let's invite public or private entities to set up refineries, expand or and make it work. It is workable. We were here praising Centio for bringing refinery into the country instead of getting our own. Fine, Centio is playing a very big role. Today, it's giving us about 20 to 30% of our stocks, which is beautiful. Whereas the BDCs are increasing their prices, Centio is not increasing their price because it's an FOB price and it's locally refined. That's the advantage you have in times like this.
Do we know where Centio gets their raw material from?
They get from all over the world, from Nigeria, from okay. Let's leave it here.
No, I'm asking you because
from everywhere.
Yeah, you see, you said we own only 13% of our crude.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's a big question. Why should a country own only 13% of its oil? I mean,
based on the kind of agreement we signed a PSA agreement with a 10% carried interest, and we bought in 3.3%. I would just check.
Does this also apply for? Does this apply for Sankofa and 10, or just for Jubilee? This 13%.
Sankofa might even be lesser than 13.
Okay, even if you own 13%, again, I'm speaking as a commoner. Can't you put in something to say that in critical times like war times, our refineries should be given the first right of refusal to buy the crude from these foreign oil producers before they sell it? I mean, again, that sounds like something reasonable to do, right?
Yeah, no, it's very reasonable to do. Like I said, the economic benefit of it is enormous. Yeah, in petroleum economics, we call something multiplicator. The multiplicator effect of refining crude oil, as seen in India. India has been allowed by President Trump to go and pick fuel from Russia on a very short-term basis, because India understood the importance of this petroleum economic multiplicator by buying crude oil from everywhere, refining it, and selling the product, and making 8 times the economic value of the raw material. Because, like you said, there's no sense in selling your crude oil as even today at $102 per barrel and importing back petrol and diesel at more than $1,000 per metric ton. Nobody can convince me that this is right. Nobody can. And that is where I was very furious when the president was jubilating over Centio when Tor was down. Tor should be revamped. There should be even allowable increase in capacity for a national refinery for national security purposes. You understand? Because today, as we speak, if there is any Middle East IOC in this country, he would have preferred to refine its product in the country than take it to Middle East where there's war now. Today, very soon, it's going to happen. IOCs would now have no other option than to engage with investors to build refineries in Africa, where they will refine their crude oil in the continent. In that case, Africa can even be a hub for other continents, because our war is tribal war over chieftaincy. It's not like what you are seeing in the Middle East.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we always wait for crisis before we start talking about.
That's what I'm saying. This conversation should not end here. Bernard, let's pick it up. You and I have been talking behind the scene. We should nail it to the government understand that it's important for both the economic importance of the country, and also in times like this. Not only in times like this.
Well, I'll speak to Tor on what they've done, but thank you for your insights, and I look forward to reading that paper if it will help in putting the issues out. Dr. Riverson Oppong
is
the Chief Executive of COMAC.